Hey everybody, so today I'm here to do a little bit of a different kind of video, something kind of impromptu even. I had a different video planned for today, but I wanted to take you guys along a toy purge and kind of clean up with me. I have not touched the girls' toys in like 3 months, and I thought it'd be helpful for in the beginning I just kind of explain what's going on, what I typically do, how I do things, and then kind of speed up the whole process so I don't have to talk through it and just let you guys watch me do stuff and then kind of show you an after at the end of the video. So that's what I'm going to do today. I am 35 weeks pregnant today. We have exactly 4 weeks, a month until my C-section for little Miss Lexi to join us. So this desperately needs to be done for several different reasons, but the main one being I don't know if I can do this if I get any more pregnant because I am already getting super out of breath and I'm just sitting here. So first things first, when it does come to what you're about to see, these are all my kids' toys. We don't do toys in the bedroom. It's a distraction. So for that reason, these are literally all the toys that they have that are sitting out here in the living room. And I was a lot better about going through the toys pretty regularly when it was myself cleaning up, but for around 3-4 months now, the girls have basically been cleaning up the living room by themselves. So when they have a disaster in the living room, they are to clean it up themselves. And for that reason, things don't always get put away correctly. We're missing parts to things and stuff like that, but they are only 3 and 4 years old. So for that reason, the fact that they're just cleaning up after themselves is great enough. We'll worry about putting things where they go exactly when they get a little bit older. But for that reason, allowing them to clean up by themselves and them not putting stuff away exactly where things go, things are very much disheveled. It's not how I typically have things. I have not had to really go through the toys because I'm no longer the one responsible for cleaning them up. So for that reason, you're about to see a mess. Now, when it comes to what I decide to keep, store, or throw away, that's something that I think is really personal to every family, each person. Everybody's going to have a different opinion about it. I typically keep out the things that I know that they like, and then I will put up in the loft what I haven't seen them touch in like a month or two, but I know that they still like and I know that they would ask me for if I threw it away. I will donate things that are good toys that are still usable, but that they have not played with and I know that they wouldn't miss. And then lastly, the only things that I really throw away is trash that I find while cleaning up, broken things, or just junk toys that I don't think would make sense to donate. This middle part is probably going to be pretty lengthy with me going through everything because of the kind of storage stuff that we have. It's kind of all over the room. I also want to fix my storage bins. If you haven't seen my toy storage video, I will link that for you guys. That really hasn't changed. I don't have any more furniture, but I know that both Mark and the girls have been through my storage bins. They've kind of wrecked them completely, and then everything else is just also kind of disheveled. Even like the top of our toy storage, I'm just kind of looking around the room at everything. And this is going to be kind of like a project, and it's why I wanted to take you along. Our rule with getting toys out of storage is that you have to give one to get one. So anytime they want something out of the loft where we store the extra toys that they weren't really paying attention to, they have to give us a toy in return to put up there. So that way I feel like it doesn't get overwhelming down here. We do have a pretty large space, but even still, if I don't keep up on the purging, it starts to feel more like shrapnel than it does like toys and things that they enjoy. So for that reason, let's go ahead and give you kind of like a before shot. Okay, so right here you have my messy bar that I'm not going to show you because that's all me, not my kids. But over here, this used to be the table that they eat at, but they don't eat at it anymore. I'll get to that in a second, but you can see there's already toys out. They did clean before they went to their grandma's house, but it is very much, like I said, kind of all over the place. If you watch my toy storage video, you know this is how things don't typically look, but how they typically look now that my kids clean up after themselves. So you can see like we've just got like baskets of stuff sitting here, a disassembled Barbie pole, like I don't even know what's going on in the truck down there. You know, just kind of things shoved everywhere, anywhere. And like I said, these bins are typically nice and organized. And I know this probably doesn't look messy to a lot of people, but again, if you watch that toy storage video, you know that's not what it typically looks like. Like we have a Barbie helicopter sitting next to Dad's computer. So that's kind of the overview there. And then they do have this tent that Santa brought them last year for Christmas. And in here there are some toys. Oh, it looks like they have some nice ripped up paper in there. Can you see that? There we go. Yeah, so that's going to be a fun one to clean out. Sometimes when they get lazy in cleaning, that's where they like to shove things as well. So working on that. And they've actually been eating at the picnic table, which you can see I need to clean. But we brought this inside for the summertime during a really bad storm. It just kind of stayed in here and they love eating at it so much, and it's a lot easier to clean than that table over there. So we use that one for like crafts, coloring, that kind of thing, and they eat at this one. And I still have the block storage over here. I don't really know what this looks like because it's all in bins, but they're typically pretty good about putting the blocks together and like which ones they go with, but I guess we'll see. And we do have the trampoline out along with the slide, along with the tent, and along with the wobble board. You can see there's a few things that they missed cleaning up, but I also found stuff in my couches, which that was Mom's project last night. You're gonna have to ignore my couches. I took on the project of cleaning them with my spot cleaner last night when I was up because of pregnancy insomnia, so they're kind of still drying. And then over here is always a hot spot for, like I said, it just looks like shrapnel. It just looks like junk just sitting there. I don't know how the easel got over here, but it is. And then we've got this corner, which also tends to get a little messy. So this is their bookshelf, and then that's supposed to be dress-ups down there, but it just becomes kind of like a corner for a catch-all. And then their really messy kitchen. And I did want to go through some of their artwork. Mark made this really simple, cheap DIY kind of thing to hang up their artwork. It started with Sophie's stuff from school, and this is all stuff from school when she was still in it. So for that reason, I need to go through here, and there's some stuff that I actually wanted to hang up, like the worksheets that they've been working on. They're really proud of those, so I want to hang that kind of stuff up. You can see the books need work. Everything needs work. So that's kind of the overview of the whole room and what I'm working with. I'm probably going to start over here in this area, kind of work my way from the bottom to the top. So now that I've shown you the before, I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to turn my AC on. That's another reason I just want to speed this up and that I don't have to talk through it, because I want my AC on. But I'm also going to put The Office on the TV and just kind of get going, start making piles, and like I said, just kind of get at this thing. Okay, so I just stopped to have lunch, but I thought I would kind of show you guys what's going on so far. These two games over here are missing pieces. This is a cart full of stuff that I went to the other side of the room, grabbed because I knew it belonged over here. Plus there's stuff from this side of the room that belongs on the other side of the room. So I'll be taking this back over when I work on the kitchen and the bookcase. And then we've got some trash. We've got backpacks. And I use the backpacks to put some of the girls' like individual stuff in. They have some toys that are just, you know, specific to Sophie, specific to Remy. And with the backpacks, we just put those toys in there and then they grab their backpack if they want it. And then I've got play food, crayons, dress up stuff, and this is the pile so far that's going to be going up in the loft. It's mostly just games that they no longer play with. They like other ones a little bit better now, with being a little bit older, but I am going to kind of go through this stuff really quickly, also put this card away, and then I'm gonna go through the tent, which I think is gonna be pretty messy in there. So the room is entirely picked up. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what all made it and how it looks now. So I do have the girls' 2 backpacks over here full of their own little personal toys. 2 empty backpacks right there. That's stuff that needs to go in the loft. I also put out brand new crayons, and I just wanted to recommend these. If you have a preschooler, toddler, these are really great. They are huge crayons, not easy for them to break, so just wanted to recommend that. But this is the overview of the cubicle now. Very different looking than what it was before. But basically I put all their Barbie dolls, like full-sized Barbie dolls and Disney dolls down there. Remy's truck, Sophie's SUV, the Barbie pole. This is like magnetic and other doll stuff. And then there is the workbench. It's kind of heavy, so I try to keep it lower to the ground. And then 2 baskets full of other kind of Barbie-ish stuff. We have really small dolls in the front, and then behind there is all the animals, all of their balls. I put all their coloring stuff right here. Also, their boogie board. I couldn't remember the name of it, but this thing's awesome. And then also their camera. And then we have the Barbie helicopter, a couple of babies, and there's 1 doll that snuck into the bedroom that I need to go get that belongs there. And this is all their games right there. And then I went through my bins. You can see they look very different now. I made this one be flashcards, puzzles, that kind of stuff. So right here I have a bunch of our flashcards and what we're working on now. I have puzzles over here on this side. And then I have a list of sight words that I'm working on. The workbooks that we've been using. Behind here in this pouch is some stickers and then reusable little covers. And then right behind there are all the flashcards that we're not ready for or we don't need anymore. And then in this one, it's kind of more artsy stuff, things that they should not be doing alone. But on one side, I have painting stuff. On this side, I have dry erase. And then all the paintbrushes, and then there's smocks right here. And then in this one, it's more of like activities. So this is our family builders. This is the HAPE magnetic alphabet set. These are geometric shapes. This is some emotion flashcards, and then a couple of games. I don't know, just kind of little things here and there that we have. And then this is more of like coloring stuff. This pencil box back here is not to be had unless you have an adult. And then in here is more of the markers. And here is pencils and colored pencils. This thing right here is the Color Wonder stuff. I have some markers, but we need a ton more of the coloring books because we have like none. They were all used up. And then underneath there, I do have some seasonal coloring books that aren't all used up yet. And I forgot to mention, I did put a lot of their coloring books right here. And this is what we keep our crayons in, although I'm gonna have to get something new because I discovered that it's broken. And there's a look at those crayons. You can see they're huge. And like I said, they're not easy to break. They're very, very nice. It's what I've bought for the girls for a while. We've tried regular crayons on and off, but they always get broken one way or another. That kind of takes us to the top here. I did some rearranging and I took a lot of those games down because they just were not getting played with. But this is a sequencing set. This is a pattern set that we do get down from time to time, so I don't want to put that up just yet. This is a couple of Markinized game, a sequencing game, serial game. These two they do use. It's just super messy, so I like to have them ask me for those ones. Some extra chalk for their easel, T-ball set, and then Play Sync, Kinetic Sand, Play-Doh. These are books, and I kept all these books the same because I just went through all our books and kind of rotated them, put new ones in their bedroom and stuff. So these are the ones that we've already had down for a while. These are all my printables. I have a video on that, but yeah, that stayed the same. I've got a bunch of extra paper for them to use for the easel and stuff. Mr. Potato Head. Now, I would keep him down, but it always just becomes a mess. They just throw this all over the floor. So they ask for him, and then behind him is some bubbles. But that is how the cubicle is looking. Much better. although it'll stay like this for 30 seconds. The river stones are still over there. And then in the tent, I did some major purging. Basically just kept the Toy Story toys and the Leapfrog backpack and the lantern, because that's all they really play with in there. If there's anything else, it's because they're trying to hide it from us. And then the blocks weren't hard at all. I found all of our little fat brain suction cups that they love. They're not in order for a reason. The girls like to put them in order. So we have all of our Disney figurines that go with that princess castle over there, and some that don't. So there's that. These are all our Legos, Lego Duplo. And then down here is all of our wooden blocks. There's a couple different sets in there. And then this is all of our Magnetiles and mag formers, and underneath that is the magnetic plate to hold those. And I think I'm going to ask Mark to take this slide out and just leave the trampoline. I didn't show me cleaning up over there, but I did just pick up all that stuff. I have the shopping cart with their babies and their puppies, which is what they like to push around. And then over here, this looks a world different as well. When it comes to these two baskets down here, I just try to put all of the actual dresses in one, and then all of the accessories in the other as far as dress up goes. We've got our B-Toys, drum set, and piano. Those are still a huge hit. And then I fix the books. This is the first thing that always gets messed up. Of course, when the girls put books back, they're not putting them back by category, but, you know, I just have our board books over here, paperback. These are from our Kiwi & Co. box that Remy gets every month. And then there's some character books, educational books, and more board books, and then little golden books behind there. But that does look a world better right there. And so does the kitchen. It's funny because when they throw everything right on top, it looks like we have way too much, but when you actually put it away, it's really not too overwhelming. So I just kind of put things where they go generally, and it will not stay like this. They will come over here and they will put things where they want to, but just kind of like as a start. And this is like their little freezer down there. But yeah, so there's that. And then I did take all of that artwork down and I hung up, like I said, some of the worksheets that we've been doing, and also 2 of the colorings that they just did. And we still have a ton more room to hang up whatever they want. Yeah, so the whole room is now picked up. It has been purged. Everything is back where it's supposed to go. And I didn't show you guys, but I actually have a full trash bag right there. I do have that pile to go up in the loft. And it didn't look like a lot, but on a regular basis, it's not a lot that does go in the loft. Normally the time where I'm putting a ton away into storage is right before Sophie's birthday, because we have Sophie's birthday and then we have Christmas. So right before then is when I do a huge thing that I'll decide whether to donate or to go ahead and store. Today there really wasn't anything to donate. It was either trash or I wanted to save it for when they want it again. And yeah, so I'm really glad that I got this done. The living room feels a ton better, but I know it's not going to stay this way. You guys have been asking me to do an updated storage video, and also how do I purge things, how do I keep our toys rotated, stuff like that. So I just felt like kind of bringing you along today, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for watching.